What if the studio that once stepped back is now stepping up with an apology to the man who defined one of their biggest franchises? In 2026, this big news has Johnny Depp fans around the world buzzing with excitement as reports suggest Disney has finally reached out to him with words of regret and a major offer to bring back Captain Jack Sparrow. After years of Johnny Depp proving his strength and talent through his work, this feels like a long overdue moment of recognition. The actor has always captivated audiences with his unique style and dedication, and his loyal fans have been there every step of the way. Let's dive into the details of these reports and what it could mean for his future in Hollywood. The rumors have been swirling for weeks now, and fans of Johnny Depp are feeling a wave of hope like never before, as reports from early 2026 suggest that Disney may have finally taken a step toward making things right with the actor who brought Captain Jack Sparrow to life in such a legendary way. This story starts years back when the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise was at its peak, and Johnny Depp delivered one unforgettable performance after another, turning a simple pirate into an icon that audiences still quote and love today. His unique take on the character with its signature swagger and clever lines made the whole series feel alive and magical on screen. But then came the very public legal battles that tested him in ways no actor should ever have to face, and during the tough time Disney chose to step away from working with him, which left millions of loyal fans disappointed and wondering why the studio turned its back on someone who had given them so much success over the years. What makes this 2026 buzz different is the growing chatter that Disney executives have quietly reached out expressing regret for how things played out, and even discussing a substantial offer that includes words of apology along with the chance for Johnny Depp to return as Captain Jack Sparrow. These reports point to internal conversations happening behind the scenes where the studio realizes the franchise has struggled to capture the same spark without him. Jerry Bruckheimer, the longtime producer of the Pirates movies, has been very open lately, saying that if it is up to him, Johnny Depp will definitely be part of the next chapter. In recent interviews, Bruckheimer made it clear that the rumors about developing the film without Depp are simply not true, and he emphasized how important the original Jack Sparrow is to the heart of the story. This kind of support from someone who has been with the project from the beginning carries real weight, and it has fans believing that a genuine reconciliation could be on the horizon. Johnny Depp himself has always shown incredible strength through everything. After winning his defamation case in 2022, he focused on his craft, taking on roles that let him express his artistry without compromise. Projects like Jean du Barry reminded everyone just how talented he is and how much depth he brings to every character. His fans stayed right there with him through the highs and the lows, creating campaigns online and showing up in huge numbers whenever he appeared publicly. That loyalty matters because it shows the real connection people have with his work and his genuine spirit as a performer who cares deeply about the characters he plays. Now, with these fresh reports in 2026, it feels like the tide might be turning and Disney could be ready to acknowledge the mistake of distancing themselves during his most difficult period. Think back to how Captain Jack Sparrow first burst onto the screen in The Curse of the Black Pearl back in 2003. Johnny Depp took a role that could have been just another swashbuckling pirate and made him quirky, unpredictable, and endlessly entertaining. Audiences fell in love instantly, and the film became a massive hit, earning over $300 million worldwide while launching a franchise that would span multiple sequels. Each movie built on that foundation, with Johnny Depp adding new layers to Jack, making him wiser, funnier, and more complex. The Dead Man's Chest and World's End chapters especially showed his ability to carry huge blockbuster films while still delivering those intimate character moments that fans cherish. It was never just about the action, it was about the heart he put into every scene, and that is why so many people still consider him the only one who can truly embody the role. The legal troubles that followed tested his resilience like nothing else. When personal matters spilled into the public eye, many in Hollywood stayed silent or even distanced themselves, but Johnny Depp chose to fight for his truth in court. The 2022 trial brought forward evidence and testimonies that cleared his name in the eyes of the jury, and for many observers it highlighted how quickly reputations can be challenged in the spotlight. Through it all, he maintained his dignity and kept creating art, whether it was painting, drawing, or preparing for new film roles. His fans admired that quiet determination, and they never stopped believing in him, which is why this potential Disney development feels so meaningful. It is not just about one more movie, it is about recognizing the talent and integrity he has always shown. As these 2026 rumors continue to build, more details are emerging from reliable entertainment sources close to the industry. Some accounts mention that Disney has been reviewing the performance of recent Pirates-related projects and realizing that the magic truly lived in Johnny Depp's portrayal. Producer comments from Jerry Bruckheimer have added fuel to the fire, with his strong endorsement of bringing Depp back if the script feels right. This is important because it shows the creative team understands what made the earlier films special and they want to honor that legacy. Fans have been vocal too, flooding social media with support and calling for the studio to do the right thing after years of silence. The combination of industry talk, fan pressure, and the undeniable star power of Johnny Depp creates a moment where real change seems possible. One thing that stands out in all of this is how Johnny Depp has handled his career with consistency and passion. He has never been one to chase trends, instead he pours himself into roles that challenge him and connect with audiences on a deeper level. From his early days in films like Edward Scissorhands to the Pirates phenomenon, he has built a body of work that spans genres and generations. That dedication earned him a dedicated global following who see him as more than just a movie star but as an artist who stays true to himself. In the context of these recent Disney rumors, it highlights why his return would be so powerful, not only for the franchise but for the entire entertainment world that sometimes needs reminding of the value of loyalty and second chances done the right way. The excitement around this story also comes from what a return could look like creatively. Imagine Captain Jack Sparrow back on the seas with new adventures that blend the humor and heart from the originals while exploring fresh storylines. Johnny Depp has always improvised and added those special touches that make scenes memorable, like the way he moves or delivers a line with perfect timing. Bringing him back would let the franchise tap into the creativity again and give longtime fans the closure they have been waiting for after years of uncertainty. It would also open the door for new viewers to discover the character through his performance, which remains the gold standard for the role. This possibility has everyone talking because it represents more than business. It feels like a cultural moment where talent and legacy get their due respect. Reports suggest these discussions between Disney and Johnny Depp representatives have been happening quietly, with an emphasis on mutual respect moving forward. While nothing is confirmed yet, the very fact that such conversations are being reported in 2026 marks a shift from the earlier silence. It shows the studio may finally be listening to what fans and industry voices have been saying for a long time, that Jack Sparrow without Johnny Depp misses that essential spark. This kind of development can restore faith not just in one actor but in the idea that Hollywood can correct course when it matters most. For the millions who have supported him through thick and thin, this feels like validation of their unwavering belief in his talent and character. As the story continues to unfold, it is worth remembering the journey Johnny Depp has taken. He started as a young actor with big dreams, and through hard work and creativity he became a household name whose influence reaches far beyond any single role. The Pirates franchise owes much of its success to his vision and energy, and many believe it is time for the contribution to be fully recognized again. With producer support growing and rumors pointing toward apology and reconciliation, fans have every reason to feel optimistic heading into the rest of 2026. This moment is about more than one movie. It is about honoring an artist who has given so much joy to people around the world and who continues to inspire with his resilience and passion for his craft. The seas may be calling Captain Jack Sparrow once more, and if the reports hold true, it could be one of the most talked about comebacks in Hollywood history. The excitement keeps building as more voices from inside the industry add weight to these 2026 developments, and it is clear that the connection between Johnny Depp and the Pirates of the Caribbean world runs deeper than most people realize. Jerry Bruckheimer has been especially vocal in recent months, sharing in interviews that he has personally spoken with Johnny Depp about the possibility of returning, and that if the script feels right, he believes the actor would absolutely step back into the role that made him a global superstar. This kind of direct support from the producer who helped launch the entire franchise speaks volumes, because Bruckheimer knows better than anyone what made those original films so successful and why audiences keep coming back for more. Fans have responded with overwhelming positivity, flooding comment sections and social media platforms with messages of encouragement and reminders of how Captain Jack Sparrow became a cultural phenomenon thanks entirely to Johnny Depp's creative genius. His performance turned a supporting character into the beating heart of a billion-dollar series, and that legacy continues to influence new generations of movie lovers who discover the films every single day. Looking back at the journey, it is inspiring to see how Johnny Depp has navigated the challenges with grace and focus on his art. After the intense public scrutiny of the 2022 trial, he channeled his energy into projects that allowed him to explore different sides of his talent, from dramatic roles in independent films to more personal creative outlets like his painting and music. Each step showed his dedication to storytelling and his refusal to let outside noise define his path as a performer. Supporters around the world have appreciated this approach, creating fan art, organizing watch parties, and keeping the spirit of Captain Jack alive through their passion. Now in 2026, with these fresh reports circulating, it feels like a full circle moment where the studio that once stepped back might be ready to welcome him with the respect he has always deserved. The idea of an apology tied to these discussions represents more than just business strategy. It points to a growing awareness in Hollywood that loyalty and talent should not be overlooked even during difficult times. What stands out in all the coverage is the consistent theme that Johnny Depp remains the only actor who truly captured the essence of Captain Jack Sparrow. From his very first appearance on screen, audiences were hooked by the unpredictable movements, the witty one-liners, and the depth he brought to a character who could have easily been one-dimensional. The Curse of the Black Pearl set the standard, and each sequel built upon it, with Johnny Depp improvising moments that became instant classics like the compass scene or the rum-soaked escapades that fans still reenact today. Without his unique interpretation, the later attempts to continue the franchise struggled to find the same magic, which is why so many insiders are now pushing for his involvement in any new project. Disney executives, according to multiple entertainment reports, have started to recognize this gap, and the potential conversations about reconciliation could help restore that original spark while honoring the actor's contributions over the years. Fans have played a huge part in keeping the momentum alive, sharing old clips, analyzing every interview, and expressing their excitement whenever new rumors surface. Their dedication reminds everyone that Johnny Depp's impact goes far beyond box office numbers. It is about the emotional connection he creates with people who see parts of themselves in his characters, the underdog spirit, the creativity, and the resilience in the face of adversity. This 2026 buzz has united longtime supporters and new viewers alike, all hoping for a positive outcome that celebrates talent and second chances done authentically. Producer comments from Jerry Bruckheimer continue to fuel optimism as he emphasizes the importance of getting the story right before moving forward, something that naturally includes considering Johnny Depp as the central figure. It is this careful, thoughtful approach that gives credibility to the reports and makes the possibility of Disney reaching out with regret feel like a meaningful development rather than just another headline. As the conversation evolves, it is worth exploring how a return could benefit not only Johnny Depp but the entire franchise and its audience. Imagine new adventures that blend the high seas action with fresh storytelling elements while staying true to the quirky, unpredictable style that defined the early films. Johnny Depp has always excelled at adding those personal touches that elevate a scene from good to unforgettable, and bringing him back would allow the writers and directors to tap into that well of creativity once again. Reports suggest the studio is aware of audience demand and understands that recapturing the heart of Captain Jack Sparrow requires the man who invented the role in the first place. This kind of alignment between fan wishes, industry voices, and studio interests creates a rare opportunity for something special in 2026 and beyond. It also highlights Johnny Depp's enduring star power even after stepping away from the spotlight for a while to focus on what matters most to him personally and professionally. One of the most touching aspects of this story is the way Johnny Depp has maintained his authenticity throughout his career. He never conformed to typical Hollywood expectations, instead choosing roles that challenged him and allowed genuine expression, whether it was playing a whimsical inventor in Edward Scissorhands or a troubled soul in other acclaimed performances. That commitment to craft earned him respect from peers and adoration from fans who value real talent over manufactured images. In the context of these Disney rumors, it reinforces why his potential return carries so much weight. It would be a celebration of an artist who stayed true to himself when it was not easy. Supporters continue to stand by him, sharing stories of how his work inspired them during tough times and how seeing Captain Jack Sparrow back on screen would feel like a victory for creativity and perseverance. The combination of Bruckheimer's positive updates and the circulating reports about outreach keeps hope strong as everyone waits for more concrete news. The broader implications for Hollywood are significant too, because this situation touches on themes of fairness, redemption, and the power of public support. Many observers point out that Johnny Depp's experience during the legal battles opened eyes to how quickly narratives can shift and how important it is for studios to base decisions on facts rather than pressure. His composure throughout that period and his focus on moving forward with dignity set an example that resonates with people far outside the entertainment world. Now, as 2026 brings these developments, fans see it as validation that standing by someone with integrity can lead to positive change. Disney's reported willingness to discuss an apology and a substantial return package would signal a shift toward valuing long-term relationships and artistic contributions over short-term controversies. It is a narrative that feels uplifting and timely, especially for those who have followed Johnny Depp's journey from breakout star to cultural icon and back again. Creative possibilities for a new Pirates film also generate endless discussion among fans who dream up storylines that could bring Captain Jack Sparrow into modern adventures while keeping the swashbuckling charm intact. Johnny Depp's ability to improvise and find humor in unexpected places would shine in such a project, giving audiences the laughter and excitement they have missed. Reports indicate that any script in development would need to respect the character's legacy, which naturally points back to the original performer. Jerry Bruckheimer's insistence on quality over haste shows a commitment to doing this right, and that patience could pay off if it leads to Johnny Depp's involvement. The global fanbase has already proven its enthusiasm through years of campaigns, and now this moment feels like the payoff they have been hoping for, a chance to see their favorite pirate sail once more under the guidance of the man who made him legendary. Throughout his career, Johnny Depp has demonstrated remarkable range, moving seamlessly between blockbuster hits and smaller, more intimate films. This versatility is part of what makes him so compelling and why losing him from the Pirates series created such a noticeable void. Supporters often highlight how his performances transcend simple entertainment, offering layers of emotion and surprise that keep viewers engaged long after the credits roll. In 2026, with rumors of reconciliation gaining traction, it is exciting to think about how his return could inspire a new wave of creativity, not just for one franchise but for storytelling in general. The idea that Disney might acknowledge past decisions and move forward with respect adds an emotional depth to the business side of things, making the story even more compelling for everyone involved. Fans continue to express their love through art, music, and community events, showing that the bond with Johnny Depp and Captain Jack Sparrow remains as strong as ever. As details continue to emerge from trusted entertainment outlets, the picture becomes clearer that real conversations are happening behind the scenes. While nothing is finalized yet, the positive signals from producers and the studio's awareness of fan demand create a hopeful atmosphere heading deeper into the year. Johnny Depp has always let his work speak for itself, and this potential chapter would allow him to do exactly that, bringing joy to millions once again. The resilience he has shown serves as inspiration, reminding people that talent and character ultimately shine through challenges. This 2026 development feels like more than movie news. It represents a cultural conversation about fairness in the industry and the enduring appeal of beloved characters brought to life by exceptional performers. Supporters remain optimistic that the seas are indeed calling and that Captain Jack Sparrow's next voyage could be one of the most meaningful yet, thanks to the unwavering spirit of Johnny Depp and the fans who never stop believing in him. The journey has been long, but the possibility of this reunion keeps everyone watching with anticipation and excitement for what comes next in this iconic story. The anticipation around these 2026 developments continues to grow stronger with each passing week as more insiders and entertainment journalists share insights that paint a picture of genuine progress between Disney and Johnny Depp representatives. What makes this moment particularly special is the way it reflects years of quiet perseverance from Johnny Depp, who has consistently focused on his passion for acting and creativity rather than engaging in public disputes. His body of work stands as a testament to the dedication spanning decades of memorable performances that have touched hearts across generations. From his breakthrough roles in the early 90s to the global sensation of Captain Jack Sparrow, he has always brought something unique and deeply personal to every project. Fans often recall how in the Pirates of the Caribbean series his ability to blend humor with vulnerability created a character that felt both larger than life and strangely relatable. The way he would tilt his head or deliver a seemingly offhand line turned ordinary scenes into cinematic gold, and that magic is exactly what audiences have been craving to see return on the big screen. As reports from reliable sources gain traction, many are revisiting the incredible box office success the franchise achieved under Johnny Depp's portrayal. The original films grossed billions worldwide, captivating families and adventure seekers alike with their blend of fantasy, action, and heartfelt storytelling. Captain Jack Sparrow became more than a pirate. He represented freedom, cleverness, and an unbreakable spirit, something that resonated deeply during times when people needed escapism the most. Johnny Depp's commitment to the role extended beyond filming, as he worked closely with the costume designers and movement coaches to perfect every detail, from the braided hair to the distinctive walk that defined the character. This level of immersion is rare in Hollywood, and it is one reason why his fans hold him in such high regard. They see an artist who truly cares about delivering quality entertainment, and in 2026, with these reconciliation rumors circulating, it feels like the industry is finally ready to celebrate that kind of dedication once more. Jerry Bruckheimer's continued positive comments only add to the excitement, as he has repeatedly stressed in interviews that the story of Pirates of the Caribbean is incomplete without Johnny Depp at the helm. The emotional connection fans have with Johnny Depp runs incredibly deep, and many share personal stories of how his films helped them through difficult periods in their lives. Whether it was a young viewer discovering the joy of adventure or an adult finding inspiration in his resilience, his work has served as a source of comfort and motivation for countless people around the globe. Online communities dedicated to celebrating his career remain active, with members creating artwork, discussing favorite scenes, and supporting one another in true fan spirit. This 2026 buzz has energized those groups even further, sparking fresh campaigns and petitions calling for Disney to make the return official. The loyalty displayed by these supporters highlights a key truth in entertainment: that authentic talent creates bonds that last far longer than any single contract or headline. Johnny Depp has earned that loyalty through consistent excellence and by staying true to his artistic vision even when faced with challenges that would have discouraged lesser performers. His journey reminds everyone that real success is measured not just by awards or earnings but by the lasting impact one has on culture and individual lives. Exploring the potential for new stories in the Pirates universe brings even more excitement to the conversation. Fans speculate about adventures that could take Captain Jack Sparrow to uncharted waters, perhaps encountering new mythical creatures or revisiting old allies in fresh ways. Johnny Depp's improvisational skills would allow for those spontaneous moments that made the earlier films so rewatchable, like the witty banter during intense action sequences or the quiet reflective scenes that revealed Jack's deeper layers. A return in 2026 or beyond could blend nostalgia with innovation, giving longtime viewers the payoff they deserve while introducing the franchise to a new generation of moviegoers. Disney, according to circulating reports, understands this balance, and the reported outreach, including expressions of regret, would pave the way for a collaboration built on mutual respect and shared creative goals. This approach feels refreshing in an industry often criticized for prioritizing trends over substance, and it positions Johnny Depp's potential comeback as something more meaningful than a simple sequel announcement. Throughout his career, Johnny Depp has demonstrated versatility that few actors can match, moving effortlessly between big-budget spectacles and smaller character-driven films. Roles like Edward Scissorhands, Willy Wonka, and many others showcased his range and willingness to take risks for the sake of compelling storytelling. Each performance carried his signature touch of humanity and eccentricity, making even the most fantastical characters feel real and endearing. This same quality elevated Captain Jack Sparrow from a supporting player to a cultural icon whose influence can still be seen in costumes, Halloween events, and pop culture references years later. The fact that Disney might now be acknowledging the value of that contribution in 2026 speaks to a broader recognition of how one actor's vision can define an entire franchise. Fans appreciate this because it validates their long-held belief that Johnny Depp is irreplaceable in the role and that any future chapter should honor his foundational work. The producer-level support from Jerry Bruckheimer reinforces this view, providing credible assurance that discussions are happening with serious intent rather than mere speculation. Another aspect worth highlighting is how Johnny Depp has used his platform to support various causes and artistic endeavors outside of mainstream film. His interest in music, painting, and independent projects reveals a multifaceted talent who finds fulfillment in creation itself. Admirers often point to this holistic approach as evidence of his genuine passion for the arts, something that transcends any single studio relationship. In the context of these recent developments, it becomes clear why a reconciliation with Disney carries such symbolic weight. It would represent Hollywood correcting course and embracing an artist whose contributions have enriched the medium for decades. The reports of an apology tied to potential future collaborations feel significant because they address past decisions while looking forward with optimism. This kind of narrative resonates strongly with audiences who value fairness and redemption stories grounded in real talent and hard work. As more details emerge from trusted industry sources, the excitement among Johnny Depp enthusiasts continues to build, creating a sense of community and shared hope for what lies ahead. The global reach of Johnny Depp's popularity adds another layer to why this 2026 news matters so much. From North America to Europe, Asia, and beyond, fans have embraced his characters with enthusiasm, attending conventions, collecting memorabilia, and passing down their love for the Pirates films to younger family members. This international appeal helped make the franchise a worldwide phenomenon, and Johnny Depp's unique style played a central role in achieving that success. Bringing him back could reignite that global interest, generating fresh excitement at theme parks and merchandise lines and, of course, at the box office. More importantly, it would allow new audiences to experience the character as he was originally envisioned, with all the charm, wit, and depth that only Johnny Depp could provide. Supporters argue that this authenticity is essential for the franchise's future, and the reported studio conversations suggest Disney may finally be aligning with that perspective after years of careful consideration. The patience shown by fans throughout this period demonstrates their deep investment, and it makes the possibility of a positive resolution all the more rewarding. Reflecting on the timeline, it is remarkable to see how Captain Jack Sparrow evolved across the film series thanks to Johnny Depp's continuous input. Each installment offered new opportunities for the character to grow, whether facing supernatural threats or personal dilemmas, and the actor met every challenge with creativity and commitment. Memorable sequences like the ship battles, the Kraken encounters, and the emotional confrontations with old rivals remain etched in the minds of viewers because they were brought to life with such care and energy. These moments were not just special effects driven, they were anchored by Johnny Depp's performance, which gave the story its soul. That foundation is what makes current rumors so compelling, as industry observers note that future projects would benefit immensely from reconnecting with the original source of that magic. Jerry Bruckheimer's public statements continue to echo this sentiment, providing reassurance that any new development would prioritize quality and respect for the legacy. For Johnny Depp fans, this alignment between creative leadership and audience desire creates a hopeful outlook as the year progresses. The personal strength Johnny Depp has displayed over the years serves as an inspiration beyond entertainment circles. By focusing on his family, his art, and his professional goals, he has shown a level of resilience that many admire and respect. This 2026 chapter in his story feels like a natural progression where past challenges give way to new opportunities built on recognition and renewed partnerships. The reported Disney outreach represents more than a business move. It symbolizes a cultural shift toward valuing enduring talent and the voices of dedicated fans who have supported him consistently. As conversations continue behind the scenes, the entertainment world watches closely because a successful return could influence how other artists and studios handle similar situations in the future. Johnny Depp's journey underscores the importance of staying authentic and letting one's work speak loudly, which is precisely why millions continue to root for him with genuine enthusiasm. The seas of possibility seem wider than ever, and Captain Jack Sparrow's return under Johnny Depp's guidance could mark one of the most celebrated chapters yet in this beloved franchise. Furthermore, the cultural impact of Johnny Depp's work extends into fashion, music, and even language, with phrases and mannerisms from his performances entering everyday conversation. Young actors often cite him as an influence, studying his techniques and drawing inspiration from his fearless approach to character creation. This lasting legacy ensures that even if new films take time to materialize, the spirit of Captain Jack Sparrow lives on through the original performances that fans revisit regularly. In 2026, the renewed discussions bring fresh attention to those classics, encouraging new viewers to dive into the series while giving veterans a reason to celebrate. The combination of nostalgia and forward-looking optimism creates an atmosphere of excitement that benefits everyone involved, from the studio to the audience and, most importantly, the artist at the center of it all. Reports suggesting meaningful dialogue, including elements of regret, show a maturing perspective in Hollywood that prioritizes healing and collaboration over prolonged separation. Johnny Depp's fans celebrate this potential because it affirms their belief in his talent and the special place he holds in cinematic history. As the story unfolds, it becomes increasingly evident that this moment is about more than one actor or one franchise. It touches on broader themes of creativity, loyalty, and the power of storytelling to unite people. Johnny Depp has contributed immeasurably to that world through his memorable roles and his unwavering dedication to craft. Whether or not official announcements come soon, the current buzz in 2026 has already succeeded in rekindling passion and conversation around his work. Supporters remain steadfast, sharing their excitement and keeping the positive energy alive across platforms. This collective enthusiasm serves as a powerful reminder that when talent meets dedication, the results can captivate audiences for years to come. The possibility of Disney extending a sincere hand toward reconciliation adds an uplifting dimension, making the narrative even more compelling for those who have followed Johnny Depp's career with admiration and respect. With producer backing and fan support firmly in place, the stage is set for what could be an extraordinary next phase filled with adventure, heart, and the signature brilliance that only Johnny Depp can deliver as Captain Jack Sparrow. The journey continues, and the best chapters may still be ahead as this iconic collaboration finds its way back to the screen where it truly belongs. The journey continues to unfold in exciting ways as 2026 brings even more layers to this developing story between Disney and Johnny Depp, with insiders hinting at deeper conversations that could reshape the future of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise in ways fans have dreamed about for years. Johnny Depp's influence on the character of Captain Jack Sparrow goes far beyond memorable lines and swashbuckling action. It is rooted in the way he infused every scene with a sense of wonder and unpredictability that turned simple pirate tales into epic adventures loved by millions. His performances across the series created moments that still get replayed daily on video platforms, from the clever escapes in Dead Man's Chest to the epic battles in At World's End, where his charisma carried the emotional core of the story. Fans around the world remember sitting in theaters feeling completely transported, and that same feeling is what they hope to recapture if Disney moves forward with the reported reconciliation and apology. Jerry Bruckheimer has kept the optimism alive through his recent interviews, noting that the creative team values the original vision and understands how essential Johnny Depp remains to making the next chapter feel authentic and thrilling. This kind of endorsement from a producer with decades of experience carries real significance because it shows the industry is paying attention to what made the franchise a cultural touchstone in the first place. Supporters of Johnny Depp often talk about how his work has inspired them to embrace their own uniqueness and creativity, seeing in his roles a celebration of individuality that stands out in a world that sometimes pushes conformity. Whether portraying a gentle inventor with scissors for hands or a whimsical chocolate factory owner, he has always found ways to connect on a human level, making even the most fantastical stories feel intimate and meaningful. This talent shines brightest in Captain Jack Sparrow, where layers of humor, vulnerability, and clever survival instincts blended into one unforgettable persona. In 2026, as reports of Disney reaching out gain momentum, it feels like a validation of all those years fans spent championing his cause through online movements and heartfelt messages. The actor himself has spoken in past interviews about the importance of staying true to one's art even during challenging times, and his focus on projects like Jean Du Barry demonstrated that same commitment to quality storytelling. That resilience resonates deeply with audiences who admire not just the performances but the person behind them, someone who values family, creativity, and personal growth above fleeting fame. The possibility of an official apology from Disney would mark a powerful turning point, acknowledging the contributions he made and the loyalty he has inspired across generations. What adds even more depth to this narrative is the way the Pirates films captured a sense of freedom and adventure that many people long for in their daily lives. Johnny Depp brought that spirit alive through his physicality, the way he moved across decks with that signature sway or delivered lines with perfect comic timing that landed every time. Scenes like the Rum Runner's song or the compass pointing to what the heart desires became instant favorites because they revealed the character's soul in ways that felt fresh and surprising. Fans have created countless tributes, from cosplay events to fan fiction exploring what might happen next in Jack Sparrow's world, and this current buzz has reignited those creative outlets with new energy. Disney's reported willingness to discuss a return package, including expressions of regret, aligns with a growing industry trend toward repairing relationships and honoring past successes, especially when fan demand remains as strong as ever. Jerry Bruckheimer's comments continue to suggest that any new script would need to honor the legacy, which naturally centers on Johnny Depp's portrayal, making the prospect of 2026 or 2027 developments feel increasingly realistic and exciting. The broader Hollywood landscape has shifted noticeably since the 2022 trial, with more voices advocating for fairness and second chances based on evidence and talent rather than initial headlines. Johnny Depp navigated that period with remarkable composure, turning his attention to music collaborations, art exhibitions, and selective film roles that allowed him to express different facets of his artistry. Admirers point to this period as proof of his strength, noting how he avoided bitterness and instead channeled energy into positive outlets that enriched his already impressive career. This approach has only deepened the respect from his global fanbase, who see him as a role model for handling adversity with dignity and grace. As these Disney rumors intensify in 2026, communities online are sharing side-by-side comparisons of box office numbers from the Depp era versus later attempts, highlighting how his presence elevated the entire series to new heights. The original trilogy alone generated massive returns and cultural staying power that few franchises matched, proving the irreplaceable value he brought to every production. An apology and renewed collaboration would not only satisfy longtime supporters but also attract new viewers eager to experience the magic that started it all under his guidance. Creative discussions around potential new plots generate endless enthusiasm, with ideas ranging from Captain Jack Sparrow discovering lost ancient treasures to teaming up with unexpected allies in uncharted realms. Johnny Depp's improvisational style would perfectly suit such stories, allowing room for those spontaneous, brilliant moments that defined earlier films, like the intricate sword fights mixed with witty banter or quiet scenes revealing Jack's reflective side. Reports indicate that studio executives are listening to this feedback and considering how to balance nostalgia with forward momentum, something that feels achievable only with the original star involved. The emotional payoff for fans would be immense. After years of waiting and campaigning, seeing their favorite pirate return would feel like a triumph of passion over doubt and talent over temporary setbacks. Johnny Depp has always excelled at making audiences laugh, cry, and cheer within the same film, and a new chapter could deliver that full range, once again bringing families back to theaters for shared experiences that create lasting memories. This 2026 moment represents hope not just for one franchise but for the idea that genuine artistry eventually finds its way back to the spotlight where it belongs. Throughout his career, Johnny Depp has built a reputation for fully inhabiting roles in ways that blur the line between performer and character. His preparation for Captain Jack Sparrow involved studying pirate history, working with dialect coaches, and even drawing from personal experiences to add authenticity to the eccentric personality. That dedication paid off as audiences embraced the character wholeheartedly, turning the films into must-see events year after year. Even now, decades later, people quote his lines and mimic his mannerisms, showing the enduring cultural footprint he created. Fans celebrate this impact through annual events and social media challenges that keep the spirit alive while hoping for official news from Disney. The reported outreach in 2026 with elements of regret feels like the studio recognizing this lasting connection and wanting to rebuild on solid ground. Jerry Bruckheimer's steady support provides reassurance that conversations are serious and focused on quality, ensuring any future project would meet the high standards set by the originals. This thoughtful pace respects both the actor and the audience, making the anticipation all the more worthwhile. The personal stories fans share about Johnny Depp's influence reveal how deeply his work touches lives beyond entertainment. Many described watching the Pirates films during tough times, finding laughter and escapism that helped them cope, while others credit his characters with sparking their own creative pursuits in art, writing, or performance. This emotional bond explains why the current developments carry such weight, going far beyond movie business into matters of inspiration and community. In 2026, as positive signals continue to emerge from industry sources, the sense of unity among supporters grows stronger, with everyone rooting for a resolution that honors the journey. Johnny Depp's ability to connect across cultures and age groups remains unmatched in the role of Captain Jack Sparrow, and bringing him back could bridge generations in exciting new ways. Imagine parents introducing their children to the character through fresh adventures while reliving their own childhood excitement. That kind of shared experience holds tremendous value in today's fragmented world. Disney has the platform to facilitate that magic, and the reported apology would signal their commitment to doing so authentically. Another compelling element is how Johnny Depp has evolved as an artist while staying connected to the roles that defined him. His later work shows continued growth and willingness to explore complex characters, yet the charisma that made Captain Jack Sparrow iconic remains undiminished. This balance of evolution and consistency is rare and highly valued by fans who appreciate both the new directions and the familiar brilliance. Rumors of reconciliation suggest the studio sees this same potential, seeing opportunities to blend fresh storytelling with the proven appeal of his performance. The global box office potential alone makes a strong case, but the deeper reason lies in the joy it would bring to audiences worldwide. Entertainment at its best creates connection and wonder, and few actors deliver both as consistently as Johnny Depp. As 2026 progresses, the combination of producer advocacy, fan enthusiasm, and studio awareness creates ideal conditions for meaningful progress. Supporters remain patient yet hopeful, knowing that when the announcement finally comes, it will feel earned and celebratory after years of steadfast belief. The legacy of the Pirates of the Caribbean series owes much to the ensemble cast, but at its center stood Johnny Depp, elevating every scene with his presence. From interactions with Barbossa to tense exchanges with Davy Jones, his chemistry with fellow actors brought the world to life in vibrant detail. Those dynamics became part of what made the films rewatchable classics, and fans eagerly discuss how they might evolve in future installments. A return would allow new explorations of those relationships while introducing fresh conflicts and alliances, keeping the spirit adventurous and fun. Reports emphasize that any deal would prioritize creative integrity, which aligns perfectly with Johnny Depp's approach to his craft. This mutual respect forms the foundation for what could be a landmark collaboration in modern Hollywood. The actor's journey from young talent to enduring icon serves as motivation for many, showing that dedication and authenticity lead to lasting success even through obstacles. In this context, the Disney developments feel like a natural, rewarding chapter rather than a surprise comeback. As more entertainment outlets cover the story, the conversation expands to include broader topics like the importance of due process in public life and the power of fan voices in shaping industry decisions. Johnny Depp's experience highlighted these issues, and his graceful handling earned widespread admiration beyond his core audience. 2026 marks a time when those lessons seem to be sinking in, with studios showing greater willingness to revisit past choices based on new perspectives. The reported apology would represent progress in the direction, offering closure while opening doors to exciting possibilities. Fans continue to express gratitude for his contributions through supportive messages and creative content, keeping the positive momentum alive. This collective energy, combined with insider updates, creates an atmosphere charged with anticipation and goodwill. Captain Jack Sparrow's return under Johnny Depp would not only revitalize the franchise but also reaffirm the value of talent, perseverance, and genuine connection in storytelling. The seas ahead look promising, and millions stand ready to set sail once more with the performer who made piracy so irresistibly charming and unforgettable. The best is yet to come as this beloved story finds its way toward renewal and celebration in the hands of its true captain. So what do you think, fans? Will Disney actually apologize and bring Johnny Depp back as Captain Jack Sparrow in 2026 or beyond? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Tell us how long you have been waiting for this moment, and which Pirates movie is your absolute favorite. If you are excited about this possible comeback, smash that like button and share this video with every Johnny Depp fan you know so we can keep the positive energy spreading. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because more updates on this developing story will be coming straight to you. Johnny Depp has given us so much joy over the years, and your support keeps his legacy sailing strong. Thank you for watching, and let's stay hopeful together. The best chapter might just be ahead.